bricklayer today revealed the horrifying moment when he and a friend stumbled upon the blasted bodies of 3 slain men. Ken Jiggins and Peter Fearbold were on the way to feed their pheasants at Mr. Fearbold's White House farm in Rettendon on December 7th, 1995, the Old Bailey herd. But as the pair tried to speak to the driver of the Range Rover to move it, they were confronted with the ghastly sight of the assassinated men. Mr. Jiggins told the court, "I tapped on the driver's window, looked in, and saw the driver lying with his head on one side. There was blood coming from his nose, mouth, and on his chest. The passenger sat with his head slumped forward and blood on his chest. As the pair dialed for the police on a mobile phone, they noticed a third body in the back." Earlier, the jury in the triple murder trial of Jack Worms and Michael Steele heard how Steele compared himself to the angel of death after gunning down the 3 drug barons. The prosecution claimed Michael Steele made the chilling comment to getaway driver Darren Nichols after killing the friends with the help of his right-hand man Jack Worms. Steele also told him victim Patrick Tate squealed like a baby and broke the car window as he tried to get away, said Andrew Monday, QC prosecuting. The court was told Mr. Tate, Craig Rolfe and Tony Tucker went to the rendezvous in Workhouse Lane, Rettendon, believing they would discuss a lucrative cocaine deal. Steele was travelling with them. Worms, wearing overalls and Wellington boots and carrying a large bag, was allegedly laying in wait for the drug barons. But as the vehicle pulled up, Tate's mobile phone rang. His ex-girlfriend Sarah Saunders was on the line. She had seen him earlier in the day and recalled he was hyped up, clearly excited. Mr. Tate told her they would speak later. The time was 6:45. At 6:59pm, Nichols, who had dropped Worms off for what he thought was a business deal and was waiting nearby, received a call on his mobile. Worms allegedly said, "Alright Darren, come and get us." When he arrived, Worms climbed into the car wearing surgical gloves splattered with blood. Steele was delayed as his gun had fallen apart. The prosecution claimed the pair then began dismantling their weapons as a shell-shocked Nichols drove off. Steele allegedly then remarked calmly, "That sorted them out. They won't threaten me again." Mr. Monday told the jury Steele marvelled at what Worms had done, telling Nichols he was a cold-hearted bastard. The prosecution claimed Steele and Worms had fallen out with Tate and friends over a cannabis deal, leaving Steele feeling cheated. Steele, 54, of St Mary's Road, Great Bentley, and Worms, 36, of Main Road, Brockford, Suffolk, denied killing Mr. Tate, 37, of Gordon Road, Basildon, Mr. Tucker, 38, of High Road, Fobbin, and Mr. Rolfe, 26, of Cowshot Avenue, Chafford 100. Worms and Steele also faced charges with Peter Corey, 45, of London Road, Clacton, of conspiring to smuggle cannabis between August 1st, 1995 and November 10th, 1995. All 3 pleaded not guilty. Steele had also denied a separate charge of illegally possessing an 8-shot pump-action shotgun. The trial continues. The farmer who chanced upon a Range Rover containing the bloody bodies of 3 drug barons admitted he was astounded when the police claimed it had been parked there overnight. Peter Fearbold told an Old Bailey jury he thought the vehicle and its ghastly load could have only been there a matter of hours, as there was no ice on the windows, no snow on the roof. Yet when he and his friend bricklayer Ken Jiggins had set off from nearby White House farm that fateful morning, they had been forced to de-ice their Land Rover windscreen. It had been frosted up with the cold weather and a light layer of snow which had fallen. Mr. Fearbold said, "I just didn't think the Range Rover had been there overnight." The court heard that Mr. Fearbold used Workhouse Lane in Rettendon, the scene of the murders, twice a day to feed pheasants kept on his farm. On December 7th, 1995, Mr. Jiggins was with him as they drove down the remote and bumpy track at about 8am. It had snowed sometime during the night and the pair, wary of poachers, kept an eye out for fresh tyre tracks on the lane. But as they reached the last gate before the woods, they found a Range Rover blocking their way. Mr. Jiggins went up to the vehicle and tapped on the window before making the gruesome discovery of the bodies inside. The pair alerted police, and 2 uniformed officers who arrived less than 20 minutes later faced a daunting task. PC Barry Knights and Sergeant Chris Atkins had been on a normal uniform patrol when they received a call to Rettendon. Neither was prepared for the scale of destruction they found. When they saw the 3 slumped bodies, they got straight on the phone to the force's Chelmsford HQ and asked for reinforcements. Within hours, the quiet country lane was swarming with police and scenes of crime officers as the huge investigation began. The trial continues.